Hello everybody, I hope you all are doing fantastically well and welcome back to another video of a teacher who cooks. I hope that you have tried some of the dishes that we did last week, and here we are making another very common vegetable that is very common in the entire country. Well, I'm sure you recognize these, right? These and chopped up, and I'm going to chop them up. They would look like this, but here this goes by the name Indian round gourd or Tindey, also known as baby pumpkin. Now this is a vegetable that is a very rich source of magnesium, calcium, potassium, and of course a very rich source of vitamin A. It is a natural laxative. If you're trying to improve your gut health, you need to include these baby pumpkins in your daily food. These also aid a lot to weight loss, and they also improve the skin quality, the quality of your hair. It is an all-rounder vegetable. So without further ado, I have chopped up some of them, and two I'm going to do now so that you know the tactics that I am using again to cook Tindey today. Alright, so Tindey ki sabzi, how did I actually get to know about it? I would see the vegetable. See, I grew up in parts of Bihar and then of course in Bengal, and we never apparently had Tindey when we were growing up. But then when I shifted to Delhi, I used to see this Tindey everywhere, and I used to wonder कि कैसे बनाते होंगे सब्जी इसका. So I asked one of my colleagues at school that ma'am कैसे बनाते Tindey की सब्जी. So she told me a very easy recipe that I have since then followed, and as I told you that such kind of vegetables like the round gourds, you have the bottle gourd, you have the bitter gourd, you have the pointed gourd sabji that we just did the other day. All these things, they are not only rich sources of vitamins, but they also aid to digestion, and they are a healthy food item that you need to include. Alright, so as I keep on chopping up the vegetables, something that reminds me, today when I was just cutting these, I was just thinking, what can I teach you today? What can I enlighten you on today? I'm sorry, teach should not be the correct one. So I thought of the COVID times when we teachers had shifted to our kitchens to teach phrasal verbs to our children. Phrasal verbs to our children. Phrasal verbs are a group of words that are actually used to express a particular sense. So now the work that I'm doing goes by this. Can you see this? This goes by the name chop up. So what I'm doing is I am chopping up the vegetables. I'm chopping up the vegetables, and after chopping up the vegetables, what am I going to do? I am going to fry up the vegetables. So there are two phrasal verbs that you just now learned. One is chop up and the other is fry up. Alright, I'm going to just keep these and let me show you what do I do with seeds. If you remember, when I told about the fact that why did I suddenly start a cooking channel when I do teach English, and even my husband was asking me the other day, Anindita, why did you start a cooking channel all of a sudden? So, when he was struggling with Crohn's, the first thing that I resorted to the internet is about food items. What are the different kinds of food items that a Crohn's patient can eat, and what are the different kinds of recipes that I can, as an Indian housewife, cook. And I'm sorry to say there are not many, actually there are nil. All the recipes that I have found are all, they are all the Western recipes. So you see, I have just taken all the seeds out. I've taken all the seeds out here. So this is how it is going to look, alright. So they're all the Western recipes, and of course it's not possible for me to have a guacamole and toast every morning. It's not, neither is it affordable, and nor is it suited for the Indian stomach. Maybe it is. See, my words are completely based on my experience, and they do have got nothing to do with scientific researches and all these things, right? So well, the seeds are out from this. So that is one of the reasons for the last 1.5 to 2 years that I have been struggling with finding out what I can cook for this guy. I just decided that why not share it, because see, Crohn's is not something, not only Crohn's, any kind of IBD, any kind of gut related disease, it is not something that is out of the blue. Even if you are somebody who is suffering from stomach cramps, that can be an early stage of any gut related disease. And as you know, right from our health to our physical health to our mental health, the gut is the new brain of the body, as it says. So you see how nicely we have just scooped out the seed and without actually damaging the flesh of the vegetable, right? That's the reason why I decided to share this cooking journey of mine with all of you, and so that you can share it with your friends and family, and maybe one day it reaches somebody who is from India, and out of the billions and billions of people who are there in my country, maybe those who actually suffer from Crohn's can get some ideas of food, can get some relief. Even Crohn's, colitis, then there is different kinds of IBD, there are stomach ulcers. These are all kinds of ailments that actually have no distinct cure. Well, our veggies are all done, as you can see. They are all nicely chopped. Of course, I'm just keeping it very, very simple. You can quickly make it up. You know what? This kind of a quick dish, what is it called? There is another phrasal verb for that. बहुत भूख लगी है, and you're back from your school, or you're back from your offices, or you're back from somewhere, and you say, Mom, I'm very hungry, or you say to yourselves, I am very hungry, let me whip up something very quick. When you say whipping up something, it's not the whipping up. The literal meaning is, of course, whipping it up like you do in a cake or a pud, but then whip up actually means to make something really quick. And this sabji, trust you me, it is going to be made in 15 minutes or less. So I am going to take you now to my kitchen top, and now I'm going to whip up this vegetable real quick. And as you already know, we do deseed the chilies. So the other day when I was deseeding the chilies, I could not show this to you. So you see how nicely have I deseeded the chilies, so that even the flesh inside remains, so that mirch ka jo swad hai wo bhi aaye, and we do not compromise with taste. By the way, people with gut related issues, they feel, oh my God, I'm just going to let go of taste. Please trust me, it's not going to be that, and a very simple sabji like this is going to turn out very tasty. So let's go to the kitchen top and we'll make the sabji together. Okay, so we are here at the kitchen top. I had already poured mustard oil, and before I go ahead, see, I am going to show you this. So you have to wait for the oil to warm up. Here I've written the food, but here since I'm already using it, you can just put your hand and you can see that the oil has warmed up. Fine, so we are going to take the ginger and grate it. I had already peeled and neatly chopped the ginger, and here is the grating. I am going to put all the grated ginger now, and the little bit of cumin seeds, and that's it. 2-3 of the chilies, and without further ado, see, this is my favorite noise. Yeah. All right, so that's a wonderful noise that I've got, and now comes the next phrasal verb. I'm just going to wait for it to settle down. So as I was telling you that I started a cooking channel only and solely because of the fact that I had very less options when it came to Indian cooking. And now I am going to also show you something. See, now I'm going to put the masala, right? All the spice mix. And you know what it is called? Back to my kitchen, the phrasal verb that I'm going to use is mix in something with something. So this is the masala paste that I have prepared. Now in Bengali, in Bangla, there's a very beautiful connotation that is used for the concoctions of the masala. It is called bata moshla. You know what is a bata moshla? It's the masala which is formed into a paste. Alright, so here I have turmeric, chili powder, roasted coriander, roasted cumin, and black pepper, because that suits to the need of the spices. So that is what I have here, and I am going to mix it up. What did I tell you? Mix in. So all these masalas are now going to mix in with the veggies out here. You know, so I'm going to give it a nice stir. Yeah. And now I am going to put the tomato paste. So this is the pureed form of the tomato. I'm going to just put it. All right. So, you know, when my husband was diagnosed with Crohn's, as I told you, there were very less options, right? And most importantly, I had told you we shifted to kind of a carnivore diet. I mean, because there were so less options. But what happens when you eat a lot of meat and a lot of, you know, you do not eat vegetables at all? What happens is that you start facing constipation, you start facing gut issues. You know, I'm going to put salt as per taste. We are a little bit of salty people. We are also people who suffer from low blood pressure. So a little bit of salt never harmed anybody. You know, there came other gut related issues. There was inflammations that were resultant of, you know, constipation and indigestion. So all these things, you know, started happening. So that's where I came up with certain you know, concoctions of vegetables that I can cook. The reason why I'm using a pressure cooker is because he needs to have it completely boiled, well mushed and well cooked. You can as well use a kadai. This is a very mushy vegetable, easily boil हो जाएगा. तो अगर आपको लगता है कि आप कढ़ाई में करोगे काम, तो आप बिल्कुल कर सकते हो, कोई भी गलती नहीं होगी उसमें. And I am also going to put a little bit of hing. Now, hing, you might say कि hing तो तेल में डालते हैं, but of course the teacher who cooks has different fundas, so I am going to simply put a little bit of hing, so for the taste to come, so that it becomes a little well to do with your taste buds. And now as it cooks itself, I am going to show you the next phrasal verb before I shift to plating, which is called turn down. See, now turn down also means reject. You know, she turned down the offer. But here, turn down in frame of kitchen, it means to turn down the heat. So I have already turned the heat down. You can hear the sound has gone a little down, and I am going to let it cook itself, and I will meet you for the plating. Here are the remaining chilies. I've put the chilies, and I'm going to meet you for plating. In the meanwhile, I'll also put some water in it. And I'm going to meet you for the plating. Well, here is the water, and I'm going to cover the lid and come back for it to be just set in the whistle. Alright, so the spices are all well cooked. You can see that the oil has released itself from the spices. Now see this red color. This is the color given by the tomato, not red chili. Please don't be scared. All right. So now I use this bowl for putting the spoon, the ladle. I've always told you this. So I want this much of water. You can adjust the water as per your needs. I'm just going to put this much of water. So it mostly submerges the vegetable. All right. Let me just put this little bit of it, and that's it. Now I'm just going to close the lid. I want the sabji to be a little less gravy. I don't want it to be a watery runny texture, with a watery runny texture. So you can adjust water levels as per your need. If there's somebody who wants a really runny gravy, please feel free to give that. All right, so very rich source of fiber is now ready to be cooked. I am going to place the cooker lid, check if it is closed properly, and I'm going to wait for 3 whistles. You can wait for 2 whistles and you'll be good to go. I'll see you with the plating. Alright, so we are ready with our Tindey ki sabji. It is fuming hot. I'm going to go ahead and finish it off with a bowl of rice. You can have it with anything that you choose. All right, before we end up, here is a word called pig out. It's a phrasal verb that says eating a large amount of food. Now, why do I use this when I'm cooking Tindey? Is that the Indian round gourd is also told to relieve one of symptoms of anxiety and depression. So it really aids to mental health issues. So whenever you are feeling a little down and you want to crave, you want to binge on your favorite show along with certain snacks, please go to something healthy. Trust me, you can whip it up within 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead, and the last phrasal verb before a teacher who cooks ends it is eat up. So I'm going to eat this up with a plate of rice. Please do try this dish at home and let me know how it was. I'm also going to add a spoonful of ghee before I eat it because it's just going to enhance the taste, and it is very, very, very healthy for Crohn's. Ghee is a lovely fat. It is a healthy fat and it helps in Crohn's. So till we meet again, keep learning and keep cooking. This is a teacher who cooks, Anindita Banerjee, signing off. Take care. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye. See you soon.